It's time for another AEW Control Center. Hi, everybody. It's Tony Schiavone as AEW Dynamite is returning to Philadelphia tonight at the Liacouras Center on the campus of Temple. Airtime set for 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. For our great fans coming to the event at the Liacouras Center, arrive early for special matches beginning at 7 p.m. and then stay after Dynamite for AEW Rampage. A feud months in the making will have its biggest chapter as on Dynamite from Philadelphia, Serena Deeb will meet Hikaru Shida in a Philly street fight.
Hikaru Shida is without a doubt the greatest women's world champion we have ever had here in AEW.
When I first saw her in Japan, I respected her so much. So I was very excited to wrestle her when I was in Philly last time.
Simply my opinion, I think Serena Deeb is the most fundamentally sound female athlete earning a living in pro wrestling.
That was so much different from my expectation.
Oh! Yikes.
She stole many important things from me. The first Women's 50 Wins trophy, my kendo stick, and the time it took to heal my injury.
So Shida, what you failed to realize is that I've actually been teaching you. I've been bringing you up by beating you down.
I know the Serena Deeb I knew in Japan is gone, but I'm not the same either.
Shida, you're looking at the best women's wrestler on the planet.
In Japan, I spent my time to recover, thinking about revenge and making her pay for what she did.
This Wednesday in Philly, you will never forget the education that you received from the professor.
The win is not enough. I will destroy her and finish this.
The issue between Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida has been nothing less than a blood feud. The Philly street fight should be crazy on Dynamite, but will it be the end of the hatred between the two great female athletes? Also, a match that has social media and the internet abuzz. In a qualifying match for the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, the members of FTR, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, will collide one-on-one. Yeah, you heard me right. Two longtime friends and tag partners will go at it to qualify for a spot in the Owen Hart tournament.
So Cash and I have never wrestled before. He and I have never had a fight. We've never had an argument. We've never had a crossword. And for the better part of 10 years, we've traveled the whole world together. And that's an anomaly if you think about it, because you hear all the horror stories of tag teams not getting along behind the camera. He is my daughter's uncle. She calls him Uncle Dan. My wife loves him. My family loves him. And I'm lucky to have him in my life, and I'm lucky to have him as my best friend.
The first time Dax and I stepped in the ring together, there was something there. There was something where I knew, like, this guy was going to be part of my career for the rest of my career. And I didn't know, again, if it was going to be a guy that I have some of my best matches with against as an opponent, and we just kind of were always tied together. But from that day forward, we were really, really close, and we stayed in touch, and we talked about this. And that's what blows my mind the most is, like, 2012, 2013-ish, we had these ideas, and there was no real guarantee that it would happen. There was no guarantee that I would get a contract, no guarantee that we'd be put in that situation, but we pushed for it. And because we would text regularly about things we would want to do if we could be a tag team. And I think because we had so much chemistry as opponents, that made us even better as a team. And that's why we've been able to do the things we've done. That's why we've been able to be 6-star FTR. That's why we've been able to be the team that's went all over the world and kind of helped revitalize tag team wrestling.
It's easy for someone in my position to say, yeah, I have the advantage in this match, but I can't say that 100%. I can't say that confidently. I have had more singles matches than Cash has, but the fact is, Cash is a man who has a willingness to win like nobody else I've ever met before. You know, we've got 10 years of matches together. We've always said we wanted to leave a legacy, and that's not just a buzzword, that's not just a buzz phrase. We really do. And he wants to work his ass off to make sure we leave that legacy. I've never met someone who wants to win as much as him. I've never met someone who works harder to win and to be the best than he has, except for one man, and that's me.
For the whole time we've known each other, we've never stepped in front of an arena together, opposite sides, in front of a crowd. We've never faced each other. We've never had that moment, and we've talked about it though. We've wanted it since the first time we've touched in the ring, because like I said, it was one of those moments where as soon as we locked up, there was chemistry, there was electricity. I'll say there was magic. And I think that we've been able to take that magic and put it on the same side and be a team, and we've been able to do things that we've always wanted to do but never really thought possible. But because I think he's the best in the world at what we do, and he says the same thing back to me, I think it helps push us and it helps motivate us. That's why we've pushed for this so hard. This is something that we wanted to do. We wanted to face each other in the Owen tournament because it means a lot to us, not just the match itself, but the meaning, the tournament, the Owen. We get to pay respects to a guy who gave everything to this business, and that's something that I never really thought I would be able to do.
I think it's pretty well documented. The Hart family means a lot to myself and Cash. Personally, this means a lot to me because professional wrestling has saved my life many, many times. And I don't mean that just as a phrase, I mean that legit. Professional wrestling has saved my life, and I owe that a lot to the Hart family. Owen and the whole family is someone that I looked up to, someone that I've patterned myself after professionally. I've wanted the career that he had. And now that AEW has brought Owen Hart back to the forefront, for me and Cash, I don't know of anyone else in this industry that studied Owen and his whole family as much as Cash and I have. Following in his footsteps is something that I would be honored to do in professional wrestling, but more importantly, the stories that I've heard outside the ring of the family man he was, how much he loved his wife, how much he loved his daughter. There's nothing more in this life that I love more than my wife and my daughter. So as much as this tournament means to me professionally, as much as winning this tournament means to me for my legacy, man, I gotta do it for my family too, just like Owen would have.
So we wanted this so much, and we went to Tony, and we've annoyed Tony over and over and over, saying, hey, let us do this. Because again, it's not about the wins and the losses. Sometimes it's about the moments. And right here, we have a moment where we can show everybody how much, not just wrestling, but how much the Hart family meant to us, how much Owen meant to us. And sometimes that's what it's about, leaving a legacy. And if we can go out there and we can just have a pure back and forth wrestling match that shows every good thing about this business, that's more than a win and a loss to me.
So far, 2022 has been a hell of a year for myself and Cash. 2022 has been a hell of a year for AEW as well. But now I think maybe the most important thing in AEW is this Owen Hart tournament. Winning this tournament means a lot to me.
If I qualify and Dax does not, or vice versa, honestly, I can sit here and I can tell you with 100% confidence that nothing changes. If I win and I go back out, I think Dax is going to be cheering for me louder than anybody. And if he wins, he goes on and he faces whoever, I'm going to cheer louder than anybody because in my heart, I think that Dax Harwood is the best wrestler on the planet. And there's no shame whether I win or lose. If I win, maybe that makes me even better. But if I don't, there's no shame in that because I went out there with my best friend and I gave it my all and I showed the world that I am one of the best wrestlers on the planet and there's nobody in the ring that can touch the two of us together.
I can 100% tell you with every bit of certainty in my body that this match will not affect how Cash and I perform as a team. It will not affect our relationship, will not affect our friendship at all. Without getting too emotional, means more to me than almost anyone else in the world. He stood by me through the hardest times of my life. I mean, through anxiety, through deaths, through a whole bunch of life situations, and there's nothing that would ever come in between us.
I know that I haven't had a singles match in over 2 years, so that could put me at a disadvantage because I haven't had to go out there without a tag team partner. I haven't had to go out there on my own. I haven't had to go up there against guys like Jericho, guys like Jungle Boy, guys like CM Punk, and Dax has. So maybe that gives him advantage, but maybe it doesn't. maybe that's a disadvantage for him because you see him, and he's got the braces and the tape, and he's got the elbow pad. Like, the guy has put everything he's ever wanted to do into this business, and he's beating himself up to do it. So maybe he's not going to be able to go out there and give as much as I can because I'm a little more fresh than he is. And I think another thing that might be in my advantage is the fact that people don't know exactly what I'm capable of.
As soon as the match is over, we'll walk ourselves to the back, we'll clean up a little bit, we'll look at each other and we'll look at the scars on our face and we'll laugh. And then I'll have a case of beer, I'll have a bottle of tequila waiting, and both of us will cheers, we'll clink together and we'll have a drink and we'll have fun and we'll go on back home. I can promise you this, the match is gonna be physical, and we both know that. Things may heat up, and we both know that. But ultimately, we gotta find out who's the best, and this Owen Hart tournament's gonna bring out the best in both of us. Cash, I love you. I love you, and you are my brother. Maybe not blood, but you are my brother. But I've gotta win this. I gotta win this for myself. I've gotta win this for Owen Hart, and ultimately, I gotta win this for my girls.
Dax and Cash do not only make up one of the greatest tag teams in all of AEW, they are individually two of the greatest single wrestlers in the world. This match is one I personally cannot wait to see. Also, we understand now, just announced, CM Punk will join us at the broadcast position for this great matchup to see who will move on to the Owen Hart Foundation tournament. Also on Dynamite tonight in Philadelphia, the TNT title will be on the line in a ladder match as the champion Sammy Guevara defends against the former champion Scorpio Sky.
My grandfather said youth is wasted on the young because you've got these big dreams and the energy to go anywhere you like. You just lack the experience to make wise choices along the way.
Oh my God!
Sammy introduced the table and he paid for it.
And you are the perfect example of that, Sammy, because you risked everything in that ring to earn the respect of these people, and now you're there all up in your feelings because you chose to throw that away, acting like some high school douchebag who can't keep his tongue out of his girlfriend's mouth. Well, you get to make one more choice tonight, young man. You either give Sky his rematch, or I send these two men to the ring right now and give you the type of pounding your girlfriend dreams about.
Sky, I'll give you a rematch next week if you give us the mixed tag match.
Paige Van Sant and Ty Conti.
Done!
What do I think about defending the title versus Scorpio Sky in my match, the ladder match? The last ladder match I had was one of the greatest ladder matches professional wrestling has ever seen. They'll be talking about that match till the ends of time. So Scorpio Sky, congratulations. You've been one of the most uninteresting guys here in the AEW roster since you got here. You held the TNT title and no one gave a shit. You held the tag team title, no one cared.
I guess it's just screw us, screw the fans, screw all the people that supported you and got you where you are right now by watching your stupid vlogs. There's not a single ass in a seat tonight that came here to hear Sammy Guevara talking to a microphone.
And now you're gonna be in a match with Sammy Guevara. I'm the king of making moments, and I'm about to go and make the best match of your career. Why? Because I can. Every time I go out there, I go and make a moment. I go have a 5-star match, just like that. You know why? Because I'm that damn good.
Can he become the 3-time TNT champion? Yes, he can!
There's a reason I'm the TNT champion.
That was a little bit highway robbery right there.
A classless move by Sammy Guevara.
This title means more to me than anything, except for one thing, and that's you, the love of my life.
Explosive is the word for this one. Sky's title reign may have been cut short thanks to Guevara, but Sky's long winning streak is something that we will not see for a long, long time. Ladder matches are not only thrilling, but as you know, also very dangerous. You mix that in with a championship, that's going to make for quite a night. Well, fans, MJF has tried every means to rid AEW of Wardlow, but nothing has worked. Well, this time he's calling on the Murder Hawk monster Lance Archer. Jake the Snake Roberts set the price, and both sides have agreed. Lance Archer and Wardlow will meet in the ring at Dynamite in Philadelphia.
Butcher just looked up to MJF in the box. He said, what have you gotten me into?
Next level, Wardlow.
and the fans respond.
Even with the damage done to the lower back, he got the Butcher up.
The band has tuned up. The symphony has begun.
And MJF, the only person in the building that doesn't want to see it.
He's looking up at him right now.
4 massive power bombs. Wardlow covers and gets the win. Well, MJF's security detail once again returning to ringside to escort Wardlow out of this building. And Wardlow smiling, he knows he is just one step closer to getting his hands on MJF.
I'm a snake. Well, much like a snake, when I do so decide that you are my prey, it doesn't matter how big and how bad you are, Wardlow, because all it takes is one bite. Ain't that right, Mr. Roberts?
Hey, don't look surprised. You're not stupid. This is what the world's about. See, some people might need diamond rings and championship belts. Remember that, right? I don't need no damn money. I just want to fight Wardlow, and if anyone, and I mean anyone, gets in my way, everybody dies!
Max, when will you learn? It doesn't matter who you put in front of me. I will maul them until I get to you. Lance Archer, I know people have been waiting a long time for the two of us to lock up.
This is one of those dream matches. I don't know if it's gonna be a dream for you. It might be a nightmare. It might be the last thing you do.
He's an impressive athlete, but he's not as impressive as me. And he sure as hell isn't as angry and motivated as I am.
I don't care, because I'm going to have a damn good time putting you in pain that you've never, ever even understood before.
There's no amount of money in the world that can stop me from getting what I want.
MJF, I don't need your damn money. This is something that I've wanted to do for so long. So I'm gonna do this for me, not for you, not for anyone else.
This Wednesday, the Murder Hawk meets Mayhem.
Lance Archer is not looking for money. He just wants to fight. What will prevail? The blackout of Lance Archer or the powerbomb symphony of Wardlow? Or will either of those two crushing maneuvers even come into play when the two meet on Dynamite in Philadelphia? In addition, on Dynamite, we will have a 10-man tag as a self-proclaimed undisputed elite, Adam Cole, Red Dragon, Fish and O'Reilly, and the Young Bucks take on the Varsity Blondes, Pillman and Garrison, Lee Johnson, Dante Martin, and Brock Anderson, with Arn Anderson at ringside. Now let's see if the members of the Undisputed Elite can put their problems behind them in this 10-man tag. This and a whole lot more on AEW Dynamite, live from Philadelphia and the Leo Corus Center on the campus of Temple University. Airtime is 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Tickets available at AEWTIX.com. And now these very important announcements. Next Wednesday, May 4th, we're coming back to Baltimore. We'll be at the Chesapeake Employers Insurance Arena for AEW Dynamite and Rampage. And then in 2 weeks, Wednesday, May 11th, we return to Long Island, New York, and the UBS Arena at Belmont Park. And that's where the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament for men and women will officially begin. On Wednesday, May 18th, AEW Dynamite Live and Rampage are returning to Houston and the Fertitta Center at the University of Houston. And then, fans, it's Double or Nothing week. We begin the road to the big event Wednesday, May 25th with AEW Dynamite Live in Las Vegas at the Michelob Ultra Arena at Mandalay Bay. 2 days later, on Friday, May 27th, we are back at the Michelob Ultra Arena at Mandalay Bay for AEW Rampage Live. And both events are leading up to Double or Nothing. The big pay-per-view event returns to Las Vegas for the first time in 3 years, this time at the T-Mobile Arena. What an incredible week it's going to be. Tickets for all of our events available at AEWTIX.com. And a few more big announcements. AEW Dynamite Live and Rampage return to Rochester, New York, Wednesday, July 6th at the Blue Cross Arena. Tickets go on sale this Friday, April 29th at 10 a.m. This Sunday, May 1st, we have 2 sessions of AEW Dark at Universal Studios in Orlando. We'll be on Soundstage 19. Session 1 begins at 2 p.m., Session 2 at 7 p.m. You heard the announcement that shook the pro wrestling world just a week ago from Tony Khan of AEW and Mr. Obani of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Forbidden Door, the combined AEW and New Japan event, will be held at the United Center in Chicago Sunday, June 26. Tickets for Forbidden Door will go on sale next Friday, May 6. That's next Friday, May 6 at AEWTIX.com. But we are gearing up for this week. AEW Dynamite Live and then Rampage, originating from the Liacouras Center on the campus of Temple in Philadelphia. We'll take the air on TBS for AEW Dynamite Live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. This is Tony Schiavone. I look forward to seeing you ringside in Philadelphia. And as always, remember, we are AEW.